Alright guys, this is going to be a walkthrough of building an entire chain from our home hole. So first I'm going to reintroduce the bookmarking system. It's a coordinate system that allows us to quickly build a map of our chains with coordinates assigned as system names so that people can find their way to a destination in any chain quickly and easily without referring to a map. So we can see here an example in this chart of how the bookmarks are built. So from home hole, let's say we have 3 chains. So the first chain would be A, B, C. So the bookmarks leading away from home would be period A, period B, period C. The next systems down those chains, so the first system, let's say in B chain, would be labeled B. The next systems down, the coordinates would be BA and BB. So we add a letter to indicate that it's another level deep away from home hole. So the bookmarks from B leading to BA would be period BA, period BB. We add the destination type to each bookmark. So from home, this would be period B, C3. We know that B leads to a C3. Period BA, C2. We know that from B, bookmark BA leads to a C2. And then we build on there. So you can see here down BB, the next level is BBA, BBB. This only gets cumbersome really if you're like 5, 6, 7 levels deep. But for our purposes, we're not some like elite wormhole hunting group. So this will work great for us. In an emergency, if I'm in BBA, I just call out BBA, I'm in trouble, BBA. You guys know that from home hole, you're going to go through B, BB, and BBA, and you're there and you can warp directly on me. All right. So here's an example of what the bookmarks would look like down chain. So let's say I'm in CB. All right. My bookmark home is always labeled with an asterisk. So as soon as I jump in, I bookmark the wormhole that I came through. I indicate that I'm in CB and it's a C4. Okay, and there's a reason for that. I'll get into it later. But your way home will always be at the top of your local bookmark window. So when you press L, a little window pops up that shows you just your local bookmarks. When you're looking at them in that window, when you're down chain, your current system is going to be at the top along with your way home, and then all the wormholes leading the way will have the period, which puts them right underneath, and then any gas sites, relic sites, etc. will appear under there. I'm going to show you what this looks like on our current Pathfinder. So here is the X chain. Here's our home hole. So our C2 static, we've labeled it X today. So the systems leading away from X are going to be XA, XB, and then systems leading away from XB are going to be XBA, XBB. So you can see we're just adding a letter for each system deep away from home hole, and we're just going sequentially. And these ones AB, AB. From home hole, the way we choose a letter is we just cycle through the alphabet. So tomorrow, if I log in and I see in the local bookmarks we've got Y and Z, then I know, oh, it's a whole new set of chains. I'm not going to expect to be able to still get to, miles or whatever, miles. So here is another example from the past, from our other wormhole that I had. So I chain, we have an I. From I, it's IA, IB, IC, ID. And then from IA, IAA, IAB, IAC. If I have a shortcut to Doty, I can tell guys, hey, shortcut to Doty through toll, IAB. And then they know that from the home hole, they just go through I, IA, and then IAB, and they've arrived at toll. And the bookmarks will actually indicate that. Period I, C2. Period IA, C2. And then to get out, period IAB, high sec. So I'm going to delete the whole X chain, and we are going to rebuild it. Everything is already scanned down, so we're just going to pretend the whole way. So we've scanned down each chain. We're going to warp there.
Warp drive.
Or sorry, X chain rather, X chain. So we're going to warp to the signature that we've just scanned down. Now we know because the other signatures are gaslights, so we know that this is our C2 since our C3 static is up. So we can see N766. We're going to go to wormhole connections, look up N766 C2. So confirmed, that's our static. We're going to save location. Now somebody had already used W for a chain, so WX. So we're going to go X. We label it period X. We know it leads to a C2 from the designation that we just checked. And I like to add the sig from home hole so people don't go rescanning the same stuff. EHE. Now, we're going to go into our wormhole. Right away when I enter, I bookmark my way home with an asterisk, so it'll be at the top of this window. I'm in X system, as I went through X, and it is a C2. Okay. Now, if I want to know what signature I'm at, I'll show you how to do that. So we are going to pop probes real quick, start moving, pop probes, hit cloak, and start moving quick to get away in case somebody's trying to vector on us and decloak us. So now I'm going to open my map. I'm going to find where I am. I'm going to center that. Let's bring our probes over to there. We're going to center them on our current location, and we're going to do 2 AU bubble. When we do that, let's pretend we got no results here. When we do that, it's going to give us an instant result, or a very strong hit anyways, on the closest signature. So we're going to see that, oh, we're at, I don't even remember. All right. So I've already got it scanned down, SCM. So we would just indicate that SCM is our way out. And we would just add that here, SCM, and we're done. Okay. So now let's pretend we've scanned down a bunch of wormholes. I think that's actually the wrong sig. I didn't scan it down successfully. I don't know. Okay. So we've scanned down some wormholes. We're going to warp up to them and see what they are. Warp to 100 just in case there's a bubble there.
Active.
All right, here we go. B274. Now, on Pathfinder, let's go ahead and delete this. So we're going to add our current system manually since it's not following us. So we can double click here and we can type in X to show that it's X chain. Now we found a B274. We can see that that is actually the static in here, B274. So when we make our bookmark, now this is the first wormhole we're finding out of X. So period XA, first one. We know it's a high sec static. That's the important part. The coordinates it's going to, what it leads to. Then we're going to indicate the signature. That's optional though. I like to put it in, especially if we're going to operate for a while in a wormhole. Submit. Now we've scanned down another wormhole.
Warp drive active.
All right, Z647. Let's look it up in here. C1. And we know from Pathfinder that Z647 is the static. So we're going to add that extra S. Save location. XB. It's the second one we found, XB. C1, and we know it's a static, so we'll add an S, and we know the signature is LOY. All right. Now we're going to go to the next one we scanned down at 100 kilometers, again, just in case there's a bubble. So now we've got a K162. Let's open our bookmark. What we're going to do though is we're going to eyeball this wormhole. All right, we're eyeballing it. We're looking at the picture. There's actually a link here in Wormhole Connections, visually identified destination. That is going to open up this web page. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually eyeball the wormhole alongside the picture. We can see that it matches a C4. So we're going to go ahead and indicate that. XC, third one, C4. All right. Now, if we click on the info on all the wormholes, we can see if they're fresh or not. Sometimes it'll say end of life. We want to indicate that there maybe, or if it's just a medium hole, we'll indicate that there. Let's put our signature. HYL. Now we've got our signatures scanned. What we're going to do is we're going to click on one, Control A, Control C. In Pathfinder, we are going to click on the system. It's going to give us this box here, signatures. We're going to Control V when we got this focused and we selected the system. It's going to add all these signatures. Now I'm only interested in scanning down and bookmarking wormholes, but somebody might want to come back and see data relic. This is shared across the whole team, so they can come in or they can click on the system on the map and see what's there and come in and do those. So we're going to go through the HiSec real quick. We found a nice shortcut. HiSecs are always good for getting in. We know that this place is occupied because there's Athenor D-scan. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. We're going to right click on this, go status, occupied. So before people jump in, they're going to know people live here. There might be people around. All right. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we went into BA. First thing we're going to do, or sorry, XB rather, XB. First thing we're going to do is asterisk XB for our way home. We know it's a HiSec, and we can see that it's Mize. Now what I want to do while I'm here, I want to see how far away we are from any trade hubs. I happen to have all the trade hubs bookmarked, so I can see we're 6 from Dodixie. Let's double check, make sure it's an all HiSec route. It is. So I'm going to go to Pathfinder. This was actually XB this time. Six Dodi. So anytime somebody looks at the map, they can see, oh, we got a shortcut to Dodixie. Okay. We're going to go back in. Now we're going to quickly go to XB. Oh, shoot, sorry. You see that was actually XA that we went through there. Let's find it. Edit. XA. I'm going to show you some usefulness of this later on. All right, let's jump through our C1 static. I'll confirm this time, it's XB. XB. Alright, I'm going to show you a trick. Same one I tried to earlier. We are going to look at our system map, zoom in on us. Now let's deploy our probes. Start moving, probes, cloak, MWD. Analyze. Alright, so then it would have given us VHV. There we go. And then we would just indicate VHV in our bookmark. And done. So then everything leading away from XB is going to be, oops, let's warp up first rather.
Warp drive active.
This is another handy trick. When you click on the name, A region is going to be C1, B region C2, C region C3, etc. So K162. Let's eyeball this. It's fresh, medium. Wait. Oh, that was the C2 rather. XB, C1. Okay. This is the one I screwed up here. Alright. So we are in XB. K162, we're going to eyeball it. It is a C2. XB, A, C2. CGK. It's just compulsion for me to add the signature name. But when you're building a chain real quick, if you anticipate rolling the chain or you're really far down the chain where that part of the chain is not going to last a long time, fuck it, don't even worry about the sig. If you're 3 or 4 deep, don't even worry about the signature. Just get the coordinates and what it leads to. Let's go to the last one. Alright, N110. It's to high sec. Okay. Medium. Let's bookmark this. XBB. High sec, and we know it's the static. VVF. Done. Now to get home, remember, the way home is always the asterisk bookmark. And it tells me where I am. If I'm in trouble, oh guys, I'm in XB, I'm getting attacked. They'll undock or whatever, they'll go through X bookmark, and then in the next system they'll go through XB bookmark, and then they can warp directly on me because they're in the system. So let's go home. While we're doing this, I'm going to show you our channel. So this is a special channel for OPSEC and where we keep all the information about the home hole. So you can see here that we have a lot of useful links, our wormhole team orientation you can share to people, bookmark naming convention. I'm going to replace it with this video. You can see here this information was last updated by me 1430, so it's pretty old. And one more.
Drive active.
can always reload the MOTD by clicking on that gear and reload MOTD. It won't do it for everyone else, just for you. So you don't have to worry about messing up people's convos. So now, whenever we're in home hole, I've scanned down a new chain. I've scanned down our X chain. We're going to add that info. So everybody is an operator to the channel that we've actually properly initiated. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the new SIG, EHE, C2S, oops, X, C2S, so people know what the signatures are, so they can glance at this and see which ones they need to scan down next without having to go into Pathfinder, third, like an external tool to see what the SIGs are. We just keep it here. And updated 2320 by Sinbad or whoever you are, okay? If this information is old, you're gonna want to check in with people like, hey, is X chain still good? I see it's got miles, whatever. Somebody can pop out and take a look. The other thing we do, as you can see here, useful chains. So we're gonna go back to our Pathfinder for a sec. We can see a useful chain is miles 6 from Dodie, XA. So useful chain XA miles 6 Dodie. And we can even right click on the mine's name, auto link solar system, so people can set desto there to get in, okay? Hit OK, we're good to go. There's our channel. What else? Okay, so in people and places, we can actually open it up and at a glance see all the destinations in the chains. So we've actually got, I think this is down now, but we've got Naka that we could have possibly come in, so we would check and see if it was really old. The way we do that is we go to our Pathfinder, hover on the airplane. We can see there that it was 11 hours old since it was scanned. So it might have been spawned before that, so it might be EOL. When you are death cloning out of the wormhole, it's actually going to add a phantom connection. We're not actually connected to heck. This is because when people death clone out, they need to hit this on off. When you turn it off, it won't follow you when you death clone. So we'll just tidy that up. Okay.
Drive active.
So there we go. We can see that we're going from here through X chain, XAB, or XA, XB. Okay. Little long, a little bit dirty. I apologize for that, but hopefully this walkthrough helps you guys get a better handle on the wormhole bookmarking convention. That's good enough. All right, guys. Cheers.